Hello everyone and welcome along to the Sports Corner Live. We are back once again for the final day of action of the UEFA Champions League FIFA 21 simulation tournament. We started with 32 and then there were 4. We're down to the last 4 managers and 4 teams in this competition. One of them is going home with nothing, which is very unfortunate. 3 of them will be going home with some good bits of cash. But who's going to make the final tonight and who's going to be playing in the third place playoff for that final spot for a cash prize? My name is Josh. If you're new to the stream, as always, don't forget to leave a like and subscription on the channel. We are trying to push towards 2,000 subscribers on the channel, so your support is massively, massively appreciated as always. And I can see a lot of you guys in the chat nice and early. Good morning, everyone. How are we all doing? VK Boss is in the stream. He says, I'm thinking a Bayern versus Liverpool final. Do tell us in the chat who you think is going to make the final, which will be taking place a little bit later on tonight. That's 7 PM UK time for that. Of course, first match will be the third place playoff fixture. Carl's in the stream as well. Hope you're good, Carl, this fine Monday morning. He's put, I can see a Leipzig win in the first game against Bayern. And he's also put, best of luck once again to all the players involved. And very best of luck to the last 4 indeed, which we'll talk about in just a moment's time. Dylan's in the building, ready for his first game. He says, keep the tactics the same, Josh. Good luck, Rory. Very best of luck to both managers. We'll go through that game in just a moment's time. Kurt, Man United fan, is in the stream. He's put, hello, Josh. How are you doing this morning, Kurt? Good to see you as always, my friend. And then Lee Laughing's in the stream. Hype, hype, hype. That's exactly what we've got today. Lots of hype for this competition. Because, first of all, I think let's take a step back. If you missed yesterday's action with the quarterfinals, then you missed some really, really tight games. Not as many goals across the board, maybe as some of the other fixtures we've had in the last few days. But overall, it was a really, really fantastic afternoon of action. Look at that. We started off with our first game. Well, it was technically the last game of the day, but would have been first. Red Bull Salzburg coming up against Red Bull Leipzig in the Red Bull derby, as expected. Reece Allen finding himself 4-0 down to Rory Fisher's incredible RB Leipzig side that just right now don't seem to know how to not score brilliant goals. And yet again, 4 goals on the night. He's starting to make RB Leipzig look like one of the candidates that could maybe go on and win this tournament because of their pure brilliance. Or how about game number 2? We had PSG up against Juventus. Nathan Hales had a fairly interesting run through this tournament. Maybe his team haven't turned up as well as he expected them to, until yesterday when they turned up and got a 4-0 win over Juventus. It was a brilliant result for the French champions and a massive confidence booster for Nathan Hale, who does come into this semi-final fixture up against Liverpool. Game number 3, Bayern Munich against Real Madrid. Probably one of the standout ties of the quarterfinals. Dylan Cleary up against Roman O'Connell. Real Madrid team hadn't really been clicking or firing at all in this tournament, and well, they just couldn't seem to put the ball into the back of the net. And Bayern Munich eventually, who've been ruthless in this tournament so far, arguably the toughest fixture they've had, but they came out as 2-0 winners against Roman O'Connell's Real Madrid, of course. And then the last game was an all-Premier League clash between Liverpool and Manchester United, and arguably one of the most dramatic fixtures that we've had of the weekend so far. 10 minutes of the match, I think it was the 82nd minute, Divock Origi in the second leg with a winning goal to send Liverpool through to the semi-finals. And of course, we've got Leipzig, PSG, Bayern Munich and Liverpool left. This is how the draw panned out last night for those of you that may have missed it. We're down to the final 2 games, 4, of course, legs overall. And we start off this afternoon's proceedings with an all-German affair once again. Bayern Munich, they faced off against Gladbach, I think it was on Saturday. They've now got a game against Rory Fisher's RB Leipzig. That's coming up in just a few moments' time. And then the other fixture that will be taking place right after that is Paris Saint-Germain taking on Liverpool. And then, of course, what we will do after that is we will draw which team is going to be playing at home and which team is going to be the away side for the final. But who's going to make it? Put your predictions in the comments down below. It'll be interesting to see what you guys predict for the tournament, because we've got, of course, an evening session a little bit later on, which will be at 7 p.m. tonight. But without further ado, first game of the afternoon, it's an all-German tie. Bayern Munich, who have been ruthless in this competition so far with a whole host of beautiful goals, comes up against a side that just doesn't seem to know how to score a bad one. That is, of course, RB Leipzig. Both free scoring, both quite decent defensively in the last couple of games. Leipzig keeping 2 clean sheets now in the tournament. Bayern Munich not keeping a clean kept one actually, didn't they, against Real Madrid, which was the 2-0 win in the end. But are they going to be able to keep a clean sheet today? I don't think that's going to happen, and we will get ourselves underway with this match between Bayern Munich and RB Leipzig. That is, of course, Dylan Cleary against Rory Fisher. So very best of luck to both managers. And the thing is as well, for both of these managers, if you do lose this game today, you are not out of the tournament, because you will be coming back a little bit later on tonight, and you'll either be taking place in the 3rd place playoff, which will be the first game of the evening, and then the second and final match of the night will be that incredible final, which let's hope is a good game. By the way, we have extended the time again. We've now gone from 5-minute matches to 6-minute matches. So we have gone up once again in terms of the timings of the tournament. We started on 4 minutes in the original first round of 32. Then we moved up to 5 in the round of 16. In the quarters, we had 5 minutes as well, but we now move to 6-minute semi-final matches. And we're going to start off with a chance here for maybe Bayern Munich to come forward. And I'm really looking forward to this. It should be a very exciting afternoon of action, with both managers surely feeling very confident to maybe go out there and get themselves a win on the board. Both free scoring sides. There might be a chance for a goal here already, and the ball's going to go out of play for a corner. And already a chance in this match for Bayern Munich, who I have to say have been free scoring. And when you actually look at the draw, it could actually turn out to be the final of last year, depending on what happens, with both Bayern Munich and PSG making the semi-finals of the simulation. And fair play to RB Leipzig as well, because they're another one of the big sides that did make quite a run in the competition last year. But here's Serge Gnabry Into the box, plays it to Alaba, into Sane, but it's a good save for Galacki in goal, who very comfortably gets down for that. And we've seen a few defensive frailties at points from Leipzig. It's not often, and that Inter Milan game was probably the trickiest fixture I think that RB Leipzig had in the tournament. They just would not back down the Italian side, but this is going to be the biggest test of them all as Leroy Sané tries to dance his way around the Leipzig defence, but they've been so organised in this competition that the only real mistake was the incredibly comedic goal that was conceded in the, I think it was the Inter Milan match, wasn't it, in the first leg, where the ball, I think it was hit from Canate onto Galacki's head and into the back of the net. It was a really, really weird goal, but Leroy Sané's in here, but good defending at the back, and I think Rory will be certainly hoping that Mukiele has another good game today as he drives forward. Played incredibly well against Leipzig, and here he comes now. Mukiele gliding down the right-hand side of the pitch and tries to flick a ball into the box, which we haven't seen that often in the tournament, and it will go out of play, I think, for a throw-in. So the throw-in is going to be taken short as Tubbs says he's got to go for dinner. Be back soon. Hopefully we'll see you very shortly, Tubbs. Here is Lima into Hwang Hee-chan. Scored a few goals in this tournament so far, the South Korean. Scored one in that previous game against Red Bull Salzburg in the derby. It was a nice finish from the South Korean, who's been trusted by Rory Fisher to come into this side and do a job. But here is Yusuf Poulsen with another good save from Neuer. Back to Poulsen again, hits it on the volley. Cleared out by Bayern Munich's defence, and this is a very good start to this all-German tie. Both goalkeepers, Neuer and Galacki, tested already. Here's Konrad Laimer into Angelino. And another chance for Leipzig to come forward. And we've spoke so many times about the breathtaking goals that this German side have scored. And it's going to be a ball lofted into the box towards Sabitzer. Neuer clears away. And I cannot believe we're saying the ball's been crossed into the box. Oh my lord. Not as many times we've said that in the tournament. But here come Bayern Munich. 4 goals scored against Gladbach. 5 goals scored against Lazio. And 2 against Real Madrid. It's very unlikely you're going to keep them out as Koeman pushes forward. Here's Lewandowski. Now into Gnabry with 24 minutes on the clock. It's been a very, very lively start to this match, as you would expect in a semi-final, with everything on the line. As the ball is hoofed long towards Mukiele, but the cross is a little bit too heavy, and it goes out of play for a Bayern Munich throw-in. Lee Laffin saying Neuer's been overpowered since keeper started diving. Yeah, it's strange because we did start the tournament with goalkeepers just not opting to dive, but as the tournament's progressed on, keepers have got much better in the tournament, which is a positive. Maybe not for the neutral because you want to see goals, but Koeman lofts the ball towards Gnabry. It's a decent cross in the end, but Klosterman and Upamecano, who are at the back, are well aware of the ball, and now Leipzig can come forward here. As Reese says, I won't be able to tune in as I'm at work, but good luck to all involved. Have a good day at work, Reese. Hopefully we'll see you a little bit late tonight if you're finished with the final. But Poulsen and Hwang Hee-chan just getting in the way of each other there. And Dylan says, I'm doing my part-time job on the sideline, so I don't have time to roar abuse at the boys. Can someone give them hell for me? I'm pretty sure there'll be someone in the chat who'll do it for you. Maybe Lee might be able to do it. Or Kyle, whoever's up for it. But here's Sabitzer into Hwang Hee-chan. I tell you what, first 32 minutes, very, very good start to the game. It's bizarre. Players are now crossing the ball into the box. Where was this all tournament? There's Poulsen. Guides the ball towards Angelino. He's going to stay in play here, but we'll actually go out of play, I think. Is he going to be offside? Or a goal kick? Goal kick in the end there by the referee's choice. I'm lucky that my voice has partly come back after what has been a crazy weekend of action. And once again, for those of you in the chat that maybe haven't been in the last few days and you haven't put your name down for the Europa League tournament, we've got, I think, about 6 spots left in the tournament. And I would highly, highly recommend, if you want to play the Europa League one, which will be coming up, I haven't got a date yet for it, but I am going to look later this afternoon and try and find a time to be able to do the Europa League tournament. So I will certainly be looking at a date for it, and if I can get a date, then I will tell you guys tonight on stream when that Europa League tournament is going to take place. But because it's such a heavy calendar in terms of how busy it is, I'm going to need maybe a few weeks in between to get that sorted and get everything graphics-wise sorted, as Yusuf Poulsen's in here, but he will be flagged as offside, even with the ball in the back of the net. But Lee says he's gone to check his Football Manager save. Who are you managing, Dylan, if you're in the chat? What Football Manager save have you got going on right now? Because I'm not going to lie, I've not played Football Manager for quite some time. Did you get Dylan and I down for the tournament? I believe you are, yes. If Will's in the stream, and I don't know whether he is or not, I think he might be working. Will has the list, Will Pete, because Will helps me out with the getting the list sorted and stuff. If Will's in the stream and he's got the list, do send it me on Facebook, and I will. I'll read out the list on stream so we know who has and who hasn't got a spot. But we're going into half time here with the scores at 0-0, and there's been a few chances in this game for both teams. Not many clear-cut ones, but Neuer and Galacki both making some very important saves early on in this two-legged affair. And it's a very, very good start to the match. 2 shots, 2 on target for both teams. Ball's getting crossed into the box. Are we playing a different game here? Are we actually playing FIFA 21? It's very, very, very different. Here is Conrad Lima into Poulsen. Now Hwang Hee-chan. Yeah, sorry, I will get the list soon. Will hasn't sent it to me yet. I know he's not been in the stream a lot because he's working, I think. So he usually gets the list sorted out for me. But I will get that list and I'll start writing some names down too. Because what we are going to do that Europa League tournament, I will talk about it more, of course, when we get closer to the time. But the teams that drop down into the Europa League aren't going to be a part of the tournament. We're just going to go with teams from the group stage, which I think is fair. Because we've already had a few different teams in from the Champions League as Poulsen drives forward. Lots of numbers here for RB Leipzig. Ball played to Mukiele. He's going to take his time here on the right wing. Tries to whip a ball in. What is going on? They're actually trying to cross. I can't believe it. Kyle says, make the Bayern player walk across hot coals at half-time. We'll put Pep in their step. Well, I definitely think they need someone like Pep in charge right now. With the... I wouldn't say it's a slow burner, this one, but with the attacking display, neither of these sides are able to break each other down right now, and maybe a Pep Guardiola team would, as there's a long ball here towards Koeman. Does really well to keep the ball in play. He's going to drive into the box. Here's Koeman. Now Lewandowski. The pole pushes forward, plays the ball to Goretzka, and it will actually go out of play for a corner. Slight deflection from one of the Leipzig players. What's going on? The ball's getting put in the box. It's strange. It's only taken, what, a whole weekend to see crosses. And then Dylan says, actually working from home. But as for Football Manager, I got into it again when it came out on the Xbox Game Pass. So I started with United and then decided to go Forest Green for a new save. What's it like on the Xbox? Because I bet it's strange using a controller for Football Manager. I remember the old games that came out with the Xbox 360. Here comes the corner though, look towards Lucas Hernandez. It's going to come back to Joshua Kimmich here, who I don't actually think took a touch there. I mean, he lets you go to play for a Bayern throw-in. I think it was like Football Manager 12, 13, I think. That came out on the Xbox 360. Strange playing it on a console as there's a chance here for Sane. Dinks the ball to Thomas Muller, who hits it in fine fashion. And it's Bayern Munich who take the lead after 60 minutes on the clock. And it is a fantastic goal from Thomas Muller to break the deadlock in this all-German affair. And we're only an hour into the first leg, so there's lots of time to come back. But that is a fantastic finish. He just adjusts his body, takes the shot on first time, and it's 1-0 to Bayern Munich in this semi-final all-German affair. And Dylan Cleary will be absolutely buzzing watching on from the sidelines, as he knows that if he does win this game, he's guaranteed some cash on the board and a spot in that final. So, 30 minutes left of this first leg. RB Leipzig, what is quite rare actually, find themselves in a losing position. Beating Midtjylland, they were always in a winning position. For a large spell of the Inter Milan match, they were leading in the game. And Rory's made a very good point, in fact, that he only tends to concede volleys, which is very true, because we had that Lautaro Martinez volley in the Inter Milan game, which was a quality goal, and that Muller one. Maybe not as good volley-wise, but certainly a fantastic finish if you're Dylan Cleary, because he might just be about to send you to the final tonight. Here is Conrad Lima. Now into Marcel Sabitzer. I wouldn't count Leipzig out of this game yet. It's a very, very even match. Probably one of the more even games of the tournament so far. And credit to both teams because they deserve to be here for their splendid displays. And as you would expect from two teams well in form, it was always going to be a tight match. Here's Hwang Hee-chan. Plays the ball into the path of Yusuf Poulsen, who keeps going. Yusuf Poulsen! Brilliant from the Dane! That is absolutely a sumptuous finish. And literally, within about 5 minutes of Bayern Munich's goal, Leipzig respond. And that's the away goal that Leipzig needed. And it's Yusuf Poulsen, who I thought at first did a little bit too much, but it was very, very good from the Dane. He adjusts his body, he turns his man, and he puts it into the bottom right-hand corner. And Leipzig are back in this game. It's one apiece. And that is a sumptuous finish from Yusuf Poulsen. And fair play to him. 69 minutes on the clock. 1-1 in this game. As Kurz just put, try A-League FLFA next year. $700. Second, 600, third, and fourth. What is it, Kurt? You'll have to tell me a little bit more in the chat. Is it like a FIFA tournament going on in Australia? You'll definitely have to tell me. But what a goal that is! It's a huge away goal, as Rory's just put in the chat. Absolutely needed that. I say it every single time in any game. You always want that away goal. As Dylan says, ultra attacking off the bat in the next game, Josh. I will get that sorted out indeed, but. I mean, a draw here is probably a deserved result with how the game has panned out overall. Now the side able to fully break each other down. Here is Thomas Muller, the goal scorer. Maybe he can get a second goal in this game. We've not had a hat-trick in this tournament, which is quite mad, considering all the games we've played. We've had a few players get 2 goals, one of them being, I think Lautaro Martinez got 2. We've had Daka, who scored 2 as well. Lewandowski, I think, has scored twice. So there's been a fair few players on doubles, but no match ball's been taken home as there's a mistake here for Leipzig. Thomas Muller drives forward. Lots of numbers to pass the ball towards. Here is Lewandowski. What can the Pole do? Dinks a ball towards Leroy Sané, but the ball in the end is just a little bit too high. And it goes straight into the hands of Peter Galacki, who has certainly atoned for his error in that Inter Milan game over the last few days of the tournament. Here is Thomas Muller, though, who will be hungry to maybe become the first player to take the match ball home in this tournament. Now Lewandowski, who's got plenty of big goals, plays it to Sané. He's at the edge of the box. Now a chance for Gnabry, but brilliant defending from Upamecano when this rigid and organised Leipzig defence will just not be broke down. Here's Gnabry at the edge of the box into Kimmich. Really, really good play. And now a chance for Lewandowski. What a quality save from Galacki. And as I was saying a moment ago, he certainly atoned for that mistake. And he just gets his left leg down low. And the Hungarian with a brilliant, brilliant finish. Sorry, not a brilliant finish. A brilliant save from Galacki. I'd be very worried if he's finishing goals. And there will be a change here as Douglas Costa will come on. And Alphonso Davies comes off, while Hwang Hee-chan will come off the pitch for Sorloth, who has got a few goals in this competition. I think he scored 1 or 2, but he'll have to do some defending here as Joshua Kimmich whips the ball into the box towards Gnabry. But it's headed away, and he might now even lead Leipzig on the attack. And I don't know if anybody else will agree with me, but does the game feel really different? Crosses are being pinged about. It feels very, very strange from what we've seen in the tournament. In terms of how the AI is playing, it's now opting to cross and things like that, which is just bizarre. And I don't know why now it's changed the motive. Maybe it's just this one leg and we go back to normal in the second one, but we'll have to see. There's 3 minutes left on the clock here. Leroy Sané looking to come forward. It's 1 apiece as it currently stands, which I don't think either manager would be too fussed about, as there's going to be a goal kick for RB Leipzig. And as I said, I think it's a deserved result. Each manager will be, I think, fairly happy going in at 1-1. Neither team has been able to take a foothold in the game, which I guess you wouldn't mind too much because you know you're still in it, rather than it maybe one of these teams being 2, 3, 4 goals up and already being out of the tie. As there is 2 minutes of additional time here and maybe one more chance for Bayern Munich to come forward. Here is Robert Lewandowski into Muller, back to Lewandowski again. What can the Pole do here? He'll play it to Choupo-Moting, the substitute, and now there's a chance maybe for Bayern to come forward with the last kick of the game. Here's Costa, tries to play it to I don't know who he was trying to play it there to be, if I'm honest. And it will be full time of the first leg. One apiece in this match. And as I said before, look, I think both managers would be okay with that. Maybe a little bit frustrated that none of them have been able to take a lead in the game. But Bayern Munich, they opened the scoring first. It was a lovely goal from Thomas Muller on the volley. And then about 5 minutes after, Yusuf Poulsen. Not a volley, but a really lovely finish from the Dane, who just took his time, composed himself, and turned his man to get a pretty instant equaliser in terms of things. It only took 9 minutes for 2 goals, but one apiece. A very, very good result indeed, and we will get on straight away with that second leg of the match. And I do wish the very best of luck to both managers here. I guess the good thing about the tournament is when we do get to the later stages, we don't really have to worry about the teams as such, because both managers know the formations and the tactics that they're going to play, and we can just get on with the games, which makes life 100 times easier indeed. But I will ask very quickly, if either manager is wanting to make a change, then do say so now, and then I'll flip it to your team. But if not, we'll go into that second leg and get ourselves underway. And hopefully, we should have a very, very good match indeed, because that first leg was really, really enjoyable to watch. As apparently, Lee said that if they don't win the tournament, the Bayern players will be executed, which is much preferable to not have that happen. So very ruthless from the Bayern manager, or the assistant coach, Lee Laffen. But I guess that's the way that the Bayern Munich team have rolled. And Rory says he doesn't want any changes, which is all good. And I would assume Dylan Cleary will probably be happy with his team as well. So what we will do is we'll go into that second leg now. And if Dylan did want any changes, then I do apologise. I know there is about a 20-second delay, but the good news is he doesn't. He just wants to be ultra-attacking from the start. So we'll get this game underway. Score predictions in the chat for the second leg. Don't forget, we've got one more game coming up after this. It is, of course, a shorter stream as we get later on in the tournament. As Will Pete's side, that is the Liverpool team, comes up against Nathan Hale's PSG. Is Nathan Hale in the building? I hope he is, because I think he will be looking forward and relishing the prospect of a semi-final with Will Pete. And that is one of those where if they're both in the building, it's going to be quite a feisty game, if I say so myself. And so we get underway with the second leg of action, and as it currently stands, RB Leipzig will be the side that find themselves in the final of the Champions League. And Rory Fisher will be absolutely buzzing if he can get out of here with a result, because as I said before, if they do win, they're guaranteed a cash prize no matter what happens. If you make the third place spot, then you might be one of the unfortunate guys or girls in the tournament, which we will be doing a very similar thing, by the way, next year. In the next tournament, not next year, where we'll probably do cash prizes for first, second and third. But fourth place doesn't get anything, as the referee's going to give a free kick from about 30 yards out. I mean, you could hit this if you want, and Campbell's looking to hit it. He will, goes for it, but Neuer with a very comfortable save indeed, and a nice early chance there for Leipzig. And Bayern under all sorts of pressure now to get that goal, and as you would expect, it's a much more attacking side in terms of the tactics used by Dylan in this game. He knows that if he scores first, then Leipzig are gonna have to come out at him to get more goals in this match. Here is Leon Goretzka waiting for the space. Gnabry's in here, takes an awkward touch, but Klosterman does even better with the defending, and now it might be an opportunity for Leipzig to counter-attack, as Carl's predicting a 1-0 win for Leipzig, which of course would send them through. And even now they're going through. And as the time ticks on, Rory will start to believe that he can win this competition, which would be a very deserved winner. But all four of the teams left will be very deserved winners. They've all played brilliantly well and deserve to be here. As Sabitzer gives the ball away. And now Gnabry can come forward. And one thing Bayern have got in this team is a plethora of players with pace. And one of them running is Leroy Sané. Here's Koeman, another one of those players. Back to Serge Gnabry again, who tries to maybe cut in. and doesn't do anything in the end, as Angelino does really, really well to defend and somehow gets the ball away from his goal, and fair play to him. As there's a chance for Leipzig to hit on the break with all the numbers forward for Bayern Munich. Here is Mukiele on the right wing, going to come forward, the French right back who's been brilliant in this tournament so far. And, well, last game must have been an anomaly. Or they're saying that. He's lobbed the ball towards Campbell. It'll come down to Hwang Hee-chan, who misses the ball completely. And Bayern Munich will get it back and try and hit on the break now. Here's Goretzka into Kingsley Coman. Good first touch from the Frenchman. As I was saying earlier, another one of those players who's got bags of pace and knows how to score Champions League winning final goals as well. Scored that goal against Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League final not too long ago. Well, I'm saying not too long ago, a few months now, isn't it, since that final. As the ball is poofed up the pitch to the goal scorer in the first leg. Yusuf Poulsen could become the biggest hero in the Champions League, and he's coming forward again on the left wing. He's going to have to take him on his own here because he's got no one next to him. Angelino makes the run. What can the tricky little Spaniard fullback do? Former Man City player, and I'm not going to lie, I kind of think that maybe he would have done a great job at Man City had they not flogged him. Here's Angelino again. Heads it to Poulsen. What a save from Manuel Neuer. Now that would have been the goal of the tournament, and it was actually Sabitzer. Oh my lord, that would have been the most outrageous goal. Wow. I mean, the audacity to take that on. Credit to him. It was such an awkward angle, but the Austrian midfielder went for it, and that would have been an absolute belter of a goal to open the scoring in this second leg. Angelino going to whip the ball in. Sabitzer towards the path of, I think it was, I'm not going to lie, I don't know who it was in the end, but it's a goal for Leipzig, and it's a goal for Klostermann, and now Leipzig will begin to dream of Champions League glory. It's the German centre-back with a very simple finish indeed. And it's a lovely crossing from Angelino. It eventually comes off the head of, I think, I'm trying to see who got the header on. It was the captain in the end. Comes towards Klostermann. He takes on the shot first time. It's in the back of the net. And Leipzig have the all-important goal in this game. And it's the unlikely hero, Lucas Klostermann, who puts Leipzig 2-1 up. And Rory Fisher is very, very close to the Champions League final. Now that situation can change if Bayern score, remember, because then it would be one away goal apiece, and that would take us to semi-final golden goal. But it's a massive, massive goal, and it's a very good finish indeed. And I'm not gonna lie, because I've got my YouTube up, I was still looking at the shot that Sabitzer took on, and being in awe of the opportunity. But it doesn't matter in the end, because that opportunity gave Leipzig the corner, which led to the goal. And what do Bayern Munich do now with 60 minutes left on the clock? They still only need one, and they're going to have lots of time to get it. And what they'll hope is that they can do what Leipzig did against them and get an instant equaliser. As Kimmich is driving forward onto the left wing here. Plays the ball to Coman. Going to need the Frenchman to bring some magic today. Here's Goretzka. Still coming forward, Goretzka. Or I'd rather say going backwards more than going forwards. Here's Kimmich, who now looks to move Bayern forward, and the ball is given away. And here's a chance for Kevin Campbell and Poulsen to link up again. Here's Poulsen on the ball. Now to Kevin Campbell. And Leipzig here, really trying hard to get another goal in this game. Here is Mukiele, who's been outstanding in this tournament so far. And plays the ball into Konrad Laimer. He might play back to Mukiele again. He's opted to move to the middle of the pitch with Marcel Sabitzer. Now it's Campbell. Another goal here for Leipzig would be absolutely catastrophic for Bayern Munich. They're already on ultra-attacking, so it's going to be hard enough. As Lewandowski plays the ball to Leroy Sané. Those two up top together today is a very interesting tactic from Dylan. Used it throughout the tournament and it's worked quite well, but he needs them to turn up here as Gnabry plays the ball to Lewandowski at the edge of the box. Good tackle in the end from the Leipzig defenders. And the home side will come forward once again here with 5 minutes left on the clock. Here is Poulsen into Konrad Laimer. Might spread it long here and does. Mukiele flicks the ball into the box, trying to get it towards Poulsen, who was making a marauding run forward. Here's Laimer, back heel to Konate, who's looking like he's actually going to be going to Liverpool in real life, from what came out this morning, which I think is an exceptional deal 40 million euros for a 21-year-old is an absolute bargain in today's world. But I don't know what it is with Liverpool. They've got some incredible business done as half-time comes around, and Leipzig are 45 minutes away from the Champions League Sim Tournament final. Rory Fisher will be absolutely buzzing if his team can hold on. And Bayern Munich have not done much in this game so far. It's probably the first time in this tournament that a team has been able to stop them. They've had more possession. They've had more shots. And right now, Leipzig deserve their lead. I'm going to wait for a moment just to see if Dylan's going to make any changes to his squad. I know, of course, I'm on a 20-second delay from when I speak and when you guys can hear in the chat. But I would assume maybe that Dylan Cleary will be thinking of changing a few things up here. 1 goal is all that's needed for golden goal. It's not much at all. But frustrations will begin to build as time continues on. And the sense of urgency will certainly start to increase as the game continues further and further into this semi-final second leg. But fair play to Leipzig and fair play to Rory Fisher, because nerves will begin to build here for both managers. It's nail-biting stuff, and I would assume in a second that there'll be no changes from Dylan, and we will be continuing on with the match. But I just want to make sure, just in case, because if you just want to make a change, I don't want the AI to make a change before I do. As Kyle said, no shots from Bayern. Very strange. Exactly. The first real time in this tournament where somebody's kept them out. But look at that Sabitzer chance again. My lord. That was unbelievable. As Dylan says, he's going to stick with what he's got. So 45 minutes left on the clock here. Don't forget, coming up next is PSG v Liverpool. Is Nathan Hale against Will Peat. And I think both managers will be looking forward to that. I know Louis is in the stream. I don't know if Nathan's here. And I know Will probably isn't right now. But RB Leipzig, who would have thought a Champions League final might be looming. And another goal would be really detrimental to that. Here is Angelino with 40 minutes left on the clock. Are the German champions about to be knocked out of the competition in pretty shocking and poor fashion? Angelino into Poulsen. Tries to take on his man, and this time the ball comes away from the Dane, and now Bayern Munich will look to come forward, and there might be a chance to play the ball in here. Here is Kimmich. Into Kimmich again. Look at the numbers forward for Bayern. I've always said there has to be a sense of urgency when you're on attacking. And I don't really think there's been a sense of urgency. Very reminiscent of the Juve game, I would say. Juventus in the last round against PSG had been brilliant in the whole tournament. And then they just had that little blip in the quarter-finals, which cost them. Sorry, the semi-finals in the end, it cost them, didn't it? And here comes Mukiele. Chance for Leipzig, and another chance is wide. And Yusuf Poulsen should have probably made it 3-1 on the night. And it is a great header, but look at the way it just bobbles past the left post and goes out. And it really should be 3-1 here. And that would have killed some hopes for Bayern Munich to get back in this match, as Thomas Müller, the goal scorer from the last leg, will come onto the pitch with about, 35 minutes left of this match, and he needs to be a hero once again if Bayern Munich are to have any hopes of winning this leg and going through to the final. And the positive, I guess, for both of these managers is if you do make the third place playoff, then you still have a chance to win some cash if you finish in third. So whoever does come out of the tournament, or loses, and doesn't make the final, will be coming back later on this afternoon. But the chance here for Müller. Ball off towards Kingsley Coman. Still onside here. Müller! It's in! Just like that. You can't keep buying out for too long. And Thomas Müller strikes again. It's 2-2. And golden goal might be looming on the cards here. And the substitute, who has been so detrimental in this tournament and in this semi-final, strikes again. And Bayern Munich are right back in this game. It's 2-2. And it looks like we've got a last 30 minutes of pure solid attacking action on our hands here. As Thomas Müller bags again. And, well, Dylan will be praising the Bayern Munich veteran, you could say, of the squad. And even though Thomas Muller's, 31, 32, he's been around here for so long, and that could be another brilliant, brilliant goal, as there's still time for one more. And if Bayern do score another goal in this game, then that really will put Leipzig under some pressure. I'll be interested to see here what Rory does, whether he sticks with his system or not. But here comes Hwang Hee-chan, now into Kevin Campbell, who is onside. And Dylan absolutely buzzing. He wants another goal though, as Lucas Hernandez is going to have to clear his lines here. He's in a really awkward position. Two Leipzig players trying to press on him, and he just needs to clear the ball away, and eventually does. As Goretzka will look to drive Bayern Munich forward, and this would be quite the comeback, considering that they didn't have any shots in the first 45 minutes. One of the few opportunities they've had, they've made the most of. And here come Leipzig, who want to really try and kill this tie off, although Bayern Munich would only still need to score one, even if Leipzig score. So that preferably the home side need two to make this a bit of an impossible task. Here is Lima into Poulsen, back to Lima again, into Sabitzer now. Lima, Poulsen might look to drive forward and take on his man like he did in the first leg. Back to Lima again. Angelino, who put the cross into the box for the first goal of the match. Now Sabitzer plays it to Hwang Hee-chan, ball a little bit too heavy. Hwang Hee-chan's got a chance though, takes it on his near post, and it will be another corner for Leipzig. And with 18 minutes left on the clock here, if they can put another good corner into the box, a cross even from the corner, then Leipzig might have a chance to get a spot in the final. And this is a really, really nervy game. And I mean, if it stays the way it is, golden goal would be quite the interesting occasion to decide who goes through, as Hwang Hee-chan will come off the pitch, and the super sub Alexander Sorloth, who will no doubt be primed and ready for this corner, will get himself into the box. And I mean, this would be quite the story if he was to put the ball into the back of the net. So Angelino going to whip it in. Comes towards the path of Canate, who does get a touch on the ball, but it's not the greatest header in the world, and Manuel Neuer will make quite a simple save. And with 15 minutes left, time is of the essence for both teams. Lee saying even with a goal, Champions League magic is scary, ultra offensive, more goals. It certainly does indeed, and Bayern Munich are just starting to really feel their way into this game now. Here's Leon Goretzka. Long ball to Alphonso Davies, but he will be offside. And you feel like the momentum is with Bayern Munich a little bit. Rory will probably be thinking, let's hold on maybe. Stay with the system that we've got. We don't want to go attacking and let Bayern push numbers forward and, you know, give us heartbreak. We saw heartbreak for Manchester United in their last match against Liverpool, with Divock Origi scoring a fantastic 82nd minute winning goal. Here comes Sabitzer. Now Campbell. Into Mukiele, 10 minutes away from golden goal. But there's a chance here for Leipzig, even though it's going to be flagged as offside. Oh, so nervous. And Nathan Hale and Will Peat will be coming up next. Unless we go to golden goal, then we'll be continuing on with the action. Here's Goretzka though, as Douglas Costa will come on for Kingsley Coman. Davies into Lewandowski. Thomas Muller. Now Sane. And Bayern looking to push forward here. Good defending from Leipzig as they try to push forward too. It's Poulsen, Sorloth up top. Here is Angelino on the left wing. 6 minutes left of this Champions League Sim Tournament semi-final. It's Dylan Cleary versus Rory Fisher. And whoever goes through is guaranteed a cash prize. Whoever loses will go into our Champions League third place playoff. And the winner of that fixture will win some cash. The loser will go home with nothing. Here's Goretzka. Maybe one more chance for Bayern to come forward and win the match late on. And Goretzka tries to body Mukiele. And he does so well to hold the ball. Now it's Kimmich into Muller. Might be a chance here. Space opening up for Bayern Munich. Muller still going. Goretzka! It's in! And just like that, heartbreak for Leipzig. Because Bayern Munich are going to the Champions League final. Unbelievable goal right at the end of the match. And dreamers could become believers in the next few minutes. That is a brilliant goal, and it was all down to the work of Thomas Muller, who held the ball up and he waited for the run. And Bayern Munich are surely knocking out Rory Fisher and Leipzig now. 3-2. What do Leipzig do with about 2 minutes left of the game? It's Leon Goretzka. And surely now Rory Fisher, it's a hands-on-head moment as heartbreak happens. I would assume here that the Leipzig manager will probably request to make some changes and maybe go all-out attack with the last few seconds of the match. But what a way they could win this match here in incredible, incredible fashion. We will just pause the game for a second, as I would assume there will be changes for Leipzig. Let's get those changes sorted out and put them on the all-out attack, because they need a goal now. In fact, they need 2 goals in 2 minutes. I just don't see it happening, but we'll put them on the all-out attack anyway, because I would assume Rory would want that. But what a way to end the Champions League semi-final. And Rory says it's too little too late, and I have to agree with him, but he's on all-out attack now anyway for the 2 minutes of additional time. And surely Bayern Munich have done it in the most incredible, incredible fashion. And Louis Champagnon says Rory's a City fan, channeling his inner pep in the Champions League. Here come Leipzig. Chance here for Soloff, and a good save from Manuel Neuer to keep out what would have surely been a consolation goal now. And Leipzig will get a corner here with the last seconds of the game. And that pulsing opportunity will come back to bite Rory Fisher. But credit to him, because he's given us quite the sensational run as the goalkeeper comes up. It's too little too late, but the keeper's up anyway. Lima hits into the box, comes towards Sabitzer. The header's nowhere near, and Bayern Munich are into the Champions League final in the most incredible fashion. What a game. Leon Goretzka, the hero, and Thomas Muller will go down as a Bayern Munich god amongst men after getting a goal and, of course, an assist in this match. Credit to Rory Fisher. He gave it his all in this competition and gave us some magnificent moments. But he drops down into the third place playoff later this evening. And Bayern Munich and Rory Fisher, well, sorry, not Rory Fisher, it will be, of course, Dylan Cleary, who goes through to the final of the Champions League later on tonight. And I tell you what, a round of applause for both managers, because that was an incredible, incredible Champions League semi-final. And I thought for a moment, you know, we were going to maybe be going into a bit of golden goal there, but what a game, what a match. And ultimately, in the end, it was just a moment of brilliance from Leon Goretzka. And Bayern Munich, they left it late. I think that's the hardest match they've had of the tournament. We saw Real Madrid give them a very, very tough match in the quarter-finals. But Leipzig, what a credit to them, gave everything. But Dylan Cleary, you're through to the final, and we will see you a little bit later on tonight in that final. And of course, don't forget, we will also see Rory Fisher a little bit later on tonight. He will be in that third place playoff. But the question is, who is he going to be coming up against? It's a clash of the Titans next, as friends turn foe for the next, 20-25 minutes. Nathan Hale will be coming up against his good friend Will Pete. And what a match it's going to be indeed. PSG is up against Liverpool, and that match will be coming up very, very shortly indeed. Don't forget to put your predictions in the chat for this match. Who do you think is going to be making that final alongside Bayern Munich? We'll be back in a few minutes. Do not go anywhere. I think there might be some more drama to come. See you very shortly. And so we move on to our next semi-final. I hope you guys have had a chance to have a breather there for the second, because that was an unbelievable semi-final to start off the proceedings. And we've got another one to come. And as I said, this is friends becoming foes. Nathan Hale up against Will P. Just, of course, going to make sure here, are either of those two in the chat? If so, do send a message. And it'll be nice to see one of those two in the stream. But this is a big, big game. Are we about to see a repeat of the Champions League final that we saw in real life this year? Or will it be Bayern Munich up against Liverpool, which, I mean, would not be a bad match at all. We've got the prospect of a very, very good final indeed. As I said, score predictions in the chat for this game. We are going to get it underway pretty much instantly. But, you know, when we look at these two teams and their runs in the tournament, Liverpool have had some interesting games across the board. Started off, had Spartak Moscow in the last round. I can't remember who they started off against, if I'm being honest with you. I'm going to quickly just get my notes up from who they originally faced in the round of 32. But in the original round of 32, they faced... Where is it? There we go. Stade Rennes, of course. 4-2. 4-2 win against Stade Rennes. 4-2 win against Spartak Moscow. 2-1 win against Man United yesterday, which was in the 82nd minute. And both managers are in the chat. Will saying, come on, Red Men. Good luck, Nathan. And then Nathan saying hat-trick for Simons. And a brace for Phillips. We'll have to see, because let's get this game underway. It's the Champions League semi-final. And I've just realised, yep, we're all good. We're all good. I thought for a second there I'd made a mistake. I haven't. We're all good to go. So both managers in the chat, friends becoming foes, and no doubt there'll be some tension on the line in this fixture with the prospect of Bayern Munich in the Champions League final. Who's going to take the last spot and who will be dropping down to the third place playoff? Let's find out. We have to say, when we look at the left-hand side and the home team today, Paris Saint-Germain, I was saying earlier, of course, Nathan Hale will be delighted with how his team played in the match against Juventus. Arguably the best fixture that they've had of the tournament. They found themselves in really tough matches, specifically against Club Brugge. I think that was the toughest one for them. But overall, they've come through. They've done very, very well. That win against Juventus will have given them a whole, a whole boost of confidence is what I wanted to say in the end. And if they can get a few goals against Liverpool, then that will be a big confidence booster for the final. As for Liverpool, as we said before, they had two games that finished 4-2. One of them was against Stade Rennes, which did not back down at all. But Liverpool, in the end, got a very good win against them. Another one was a 4-2 win against Spartak, which again was another game where the outside would back down. But there's a chance here maybe, because Mane's in the box, and it's a chance for Sadio Mane. Takes on the shot and cleared away by the PSG back line, and the first chance goes to the away side in this game. And remember, both managers have opted to have some interesting players up top. Xavi Simons is one of them for PSG, who's done very well in this tournament so far. As for Liverpool, Natty Phillips is up top alongside Mohamed Salah. But Liverpool, 2 games with the 4-2. They had that tough match against Spartak with the 5 up front formation. That didn't work in the end. But here's a chance for Roberto Firmino. Now to Trent Alexander-Arnold, who's going to go for the shot. Trent, big save. Massive save from Keylor Navas there, and that was the first shot of the game. And it's Trent Alexander-Arnold who cuts in, goes for the shot, and Keylor Navas gets a good hand to it. And there'll be a corner here for Liverpool after, 12 minutes on the clock? We've seen already a goal from a corner. Lucas Klosterman in the last leg of the match against Bayern Munich in the other semi-final. Are we going to see one here? Played short to Salah. Tries to loft it into the box, and it will go once again for a Liverpool... In fact, it's gone for a free kick because of handball. So Robertson with a chance to whip this in here. Needs to be a good ball. Robertson lofts it in. Natty Phillips tries to get there, but the cross at the end was a little bit too weak, I think. And made it very awkward for Natty Phillips. Would have probably been very similar to the Firmino goal that we saw, where he came off his chest. But here is Trent Alexander-Arnold. He's driving forward. Flicks the ball into the box, and once again, players are crossing. You can't believe it. I don't know what it is, but the crossing now, it's strange. Which is always nice. Here's Mane into Fabinho. Liverpool just making the most of this first 20-minute spell. Mane towards Natty Phillips. And cleared away from the PSG back line. And it is all Liverpool in this first 20 minutes. The French champions just can't seem to really get the ball going as Kimpembe's giving it away. Found himself in a bit of an awkward situation. And it's now Mane on the left wing. What can the Senegalese winger do? He's going to just hold the ball and wait for somebody to come towards him. Here's Mane. Now to Jordan Henderson. Lovely one-touch football from the Premier League side. And Mane gives the ball away and Kimpembe gets it back. Salah trying to mark him. And they do very well indeed. And the ball is back to Liverpool again. And the advantage will be played. Salah flicks the ball to Mane, but he will be flagged as offside. And a good start from Will Peake's team. Very organised. That game against Manchester United was arguably his toughest fixture. 82nd minute from 82nd minute winner even from Divock Origi was certainly a fantastic goal. One of the more dramatic moments of this tournament. Although saying that, I think the Goretzka moment has just beat it. As Fabinho at the edge of the box, going to flick it towards Sadio Mane. Now to Mohamed Salah. Here's Henderson, who is back in the starting lineup today. Really struggled the midfield, Liverpool, in that game against Manchester United. And Fabinho and Henderson are the two that have been opted to play midfield, and they've certainly done much better than what we saw in that first leg. The second leg it was, wasn't it, against Man United, where they just couldn't seem to get the ball for large spells of the game. Here is Jordan Henderson. Not really got anybody near him, so he's going to have to try and go on his own. And in the end, Di Maria comes back and, well, I mean, PSG are being forced into their own half. There's not much they can really do right now, although Salah tries to flick the ball over Danilo Pereira's head. And this might be now the first chance for PSG to come forward in the game. Here is Marco Verratti into Icardi. Tries to feed a through ball to Di Maria. And he's going to be flagged as offside in the end. And it's a really frustrating moment for PSG, who 30 minutes in will be no doubt frustrated. Kurt thinks he's going to 5-1 to PSG on aggregate, which is a very interesting scoreline. Going to need maybe a few more goals in this leg for that to happen. Here's Van Dijk though. Plays it into Jordan Henderson. Now to Mo Salah, who's given the ball away. And as much as PSG have had to sit back in their own half, they've done quite good so far at defending Liverpool. And I have to say that's one of the positives of this PSG team. Defensively wise, they've been very organised, keeping a clean sheet against Juventus, and now there might be a chance here for PSG to come forward. Neymar with a ball to Xavi Simons, and in the end the young kid just can't get a touch, and Alisson will clear his lines. So with 10 minutes left till half time, 0-0 as it stands. Very similar to the first leg, very organised from both teams. As Marco Verratti looks to bring PSG forward, he's got no one near him, so he'll go alone. Verratti tries to play the ball to Giscard Gay, who very nearly got a shot on goal. But a slight touch, I think, from Virgil van Dijk stopped the Senegalese midfielder from having a chance. And that would have been a big opportunity for PSG had Giscard Gay maybe got a touch on the ball there. But they will pass round the back now, and we're into the last 5 minutes of the first half. And once again, I think probably Liverpool will be more disappointed that they've not got a goal on the board yet. PSG quite happy that the game's still at 0-0, but there might be a chance now for Liverpool to come forward. Here's Jordan Henderson. Laid to the edge of the box with Mo Salah. Plays it into Firmino, but the pass is too heavy, and Keylor Navas, who has been kept a little bit busy in this first 45 minutes, will get the ball, and he will try to hoof it up the pitch. He'll have to do it soon, and he does indeed, but he's giving the ball away. He's pretty poor there from Keylor Navas. And here comes Sadio Mane with 1 minute of additional time. Sebastian has asked, is this the final? This is the semi-final. We're going to do the final later on tonight, as well as the third place playoff. That'll be live from 7 PM UK time. Here's Roberto Firmino. Plays the ball to Salah. Now into Sadio Mane. Really needs to get this ball into the box. They've decided not to cross anymore, and the referee will blow the half-time whistle. It's PSG 0, Liverpool 0. And I think both managers, maybe PSG will be a little bit disappointed there that they've not had more possession on the ball. But Liverpool looking the better of the two sides. And we'll go into the second half with Divock Origi coming on for Nat Phillips as the AI automatically makes the change. As we get underway with the second half of this first leg. We've got, of course, the second leg coming up very, very shortly. But you do not want to miss out on that final tonight. Bayern Munich already through. courtesy of an 88th minute winning goal in the second leg. And by the way, Lee's asked is the final 1 or 2. I'm going to stop for a second because Firmino takes on the effort. Keylor Navas makes a great save. And the ball will go out of play for a Liverpool throw-in. But the final's going to be 1 leg. And I think I'm going to put it to 10-minute half. So it will be a little bit longer. And then the third place playoff will be 5 minutes. There's a chance here for Firmino! It's in! And Liverpool strike first in this semi-final clash of Titans. And it's Firmino, the man who's been so crucial in this tournament for William Peet. Bags again on the biggest stage. And it's 1-0 Liverpool. And you could say it's well and truly deserved. And it's a mistake from Kimpembe, who doesn't clear his lines. It's Mohamed Salah with a ball into the box. It's Firmino at the near post, and he puts it in brilliant, brilliant fashion. And just like that, Liverpool have the advantage. And will Peet be in the final come 7 p.m. tonight? For once, Klopp isn't doing his celebratory Casper the Friendly Ghost boxing match where he punches the air. But Will Peet will be. I don't know if he's working or not today. But if he is working, no doubt he will be going absolutely mental. Maybe the flares have even come out in his workplace. We'll have to see. But 1-0. And PSG have not done much in this 50 minutes. And Presnel Kimpembe, who's had a lot of opportunities at the back to play it out, has made a costly, costly error. And Bobby puts the ball in the back of the net. As we are going to have a change here. And Sarabia will be coming on. Di Maria will be moving into the striker position. As Nathan Hale has to change up his tactics here. So we will do that right now. So Simons will come off. And Sarabia will come on. A big change there from the PSG manager. He knows that Sarabia, who has come on time and time again in this tournament, has certainly been one of the super subs. But here comes Neymar. Could be an instant goal, which would be quite the event for PSG. Here is Neymar. Now to Xavi Simons, who's done really well to keep the ball here. Plays it to Adriana Gate. Now to Bernat. My voice still very croaky. Long ball to Di Maria. Heads it down. And Van Dijk will hoof the ball away. As Liverpool are only about 30 minutes away from a first leg lead. Lots of time for PSG to come back into this match. But a very costly error. Although a chance here for Bernat. He's going to play it to Xavi Simons. And he's given the ball away. And now, I mean, that's really poor. And I've got to say, that's probably one of the first defensive errors we've seen, apart from the Leipzig one. Not many errors in this tournament so far, but chance here for the ball to be lobbed towards Salah. And he doesn't get to him in the end. And now there's a chance for PSG. They've got a few numbers forward. It's Neymar. Flicks the ball to Di Maria, but good defending from Liverpool, who look so much more organised than they did in that match against Manchester United. They struggled massively in that game, but Van Dijk here, marauding run on the right wing, plays it to Trent. Now here's Bobby Firmino, the goal scorer. Chip towards Mane. Those two have connected up incredibly well in the tournament. Origi! Oh! What a finish! It's Divock Origi again! It's 2 on the night! And that is an unbelievable finish from Divock Origi. My lord. Our saviour. Divock Origi with an absolute belter. And it's 2-0 Liverpool. And what a strike! He hit it from the edge of the box. Right into the top right-hand corner. And PSG are 2-0 down. And Divock Origi bags again. What a finish. What a finish. And Liverpool and Will Peet will really be starting to believe that they are going through to the Champions League final. What a goal. Divock Origi. Unbelievable finish. As Nathan has told me to go attacking. And PSG find themselves 2-0 down. And Will, he screams and shouts as Neymar will come off the pitch. Rafinha comes on. What will PSG do now in this game? Will, are you at work today? You'll have to tell me or not, as Liverpool will go defensive here. And Kyle says, and I thought PSG were going to be too strong for Liverpool. Well, Divock Origi says no. I mean, what a finish. An absolute belter. And that will probably go down as one of the best goals of the tournament. What I will be doing after the tournament is I might do an article on our website summing the tournament up, picking our best moments. What a goal. 2-0 now to Liverpool. PSG already finding themselves under some pressure to get back into this match. And they need a goal because those 2 away goals will be decisive as Di Maria has a chance to come forward. Apparently Simons is still on the pitch. He is indeed. I don't know why that's not happened there. Let me get that sorted out. Try again. See what happens here though. So Simons will come off if the AI actually listens this time, because we did make the change. And Sarabia will come onto the pitch. And then of course we will do that as well. There we go. So that should make the change. Just realised as well. Yep. Perfect. And then flip them round. And we'll get back underway with the match. And let's see if this time Sarabia will actually come onto the pitch, because the game does not want to make the substitution. As PSG get back underway. 20 minutes left on the clock here. And now we should see that change. So Liverpool are going to make a change here. That's probably Firmino. He'll be coming off for Wijnaldum. Has it made the change? Let me pause it. Apparently now there's 2 Sarabias on the pitch. I'm very confused here. Apparently Sarabia's on the pitch twice. Am I going mental? So Sarabia's on. Is there genuinely 2 Sarabias on the pitch? What is going on with this game? Here is Verratti. Into Di Maria. By the way, Will, he's not at work. That's all good. You're on the list, lad, both of you. Is Bembo Gaming on the list? Because I know Bembo wanted to be on. And could you also add Infinity Football to the list as well? Because he wants to play. Here is Bernat. Takes a touch. I am so confused right now. Let me just pause it again. Why is there 2 Sarabias on the pitch? I genuinely don't know what's going on here, but Liverpool are going to come forward again. It's going to be Jorginho Wijnaldum into Salah. Flick towards the hero in the Champions League, Divock Origi, who lofts the ball long towards Mohamed Salah. Comes down here for Wijnaldum. Still going. Wijnaldum. Still going. Plays it to Henderson. Here's Mane. Now Henderson. Back to Mane again. A third goal here will be catastrophic. He keeps the ball in play. Tries to flick it in. Mane still got it. And he go out of play for a corner. I'm going to pause the game again here and just see what's going on with this Sarabia stuff. I've got no idea what's going on, but apparently he's so good they played him twice. What is going on? Is Di Maria still about? Oh my lord, I don't know what's going on, but you've got 2 Sarabias on the pitch. What the fuck is going on? This game has broke. Oh, there we go. There's Di Maria. And I can't go back now. The game's broke. I can't go back. I'm stuck. I can't go back. Give me 2 seconds here. I'm stuck on the screen. I literally. Give me 2 seconds here. Is my webcam on? I'm clicking. There we go. Look. And what I'm seeing right now, I'm stuck on the screen. Well, FIFA's broke, which is quite confusing. Maybe if I pretend Di Maria wasn't on. Is there a change you want to make? The game has broke. Because 2 Sarabias are on the pitch, the game has broke. How long are we into the match? Give me 2 seconds here. FIFA is just amazing. It's a quality game, isn't it? It's absolutely terrible. Disqualify PSG for fielding ineligible players. Oh, God. Let me just quickly find out how far we were into the match. And then I will... So we were 70 minutes into the game. So what we will do is let me just make it 2-0 to Liverpool, because they've got the goals. We will play a few more minutes of time. I mean, Nathan would say he wants the restart. 20 minutes left to play. I mean, Tubbs is saying Josh is a PSG agent. I mean, I'm not. The game just doesn't want to play. Give me 2 seconds here. Let's just take a moment. What we will have to do, right, is obviously Rory says replay both ties. I think that'd be fuming. We will play 20 minutes out of the match as I'm going to restart the game. We'll go with 20 minutes left of another fixture to fill out the full 90 minutes of that match. And then, of course, we'll go back into another game and we'll start fresh. So we'll go and play 20 minutes of the other match. And then we will go into the second leg. I'm just going to check here. Lee laughing saying that second old control the trick, Josh. You can't fool me. Oh, we were 78 minutes in. So yeah, still got 20 minutes then left to play. Which is all good. So we'll go and play that 20 minutes. And then we will get back into the second leg of action. What I'm praying to God is that it's kept everybody's tactics. Give me 2 seconds here. I've never seen anything like that before, though. That is absolutely bonkers. So, the tactics for Liverpool are still the same, I think. You were playing a 3-5-2, weren't you? Nice. So, make the second leg 8 minutes. Wouldn't it be easier to just play the 22 minutes out and then go to the second leg rather than messing about? So let's go and do that now. Let's go to the first leg, sorry. We'll play the last 22 minutes out of that, and then we'll get ourselves back into the action for the second leg. So PSG against Liverpool. Apologies about this. FIFA is just a wonderful game, isn't it? Absolutely broken. And then Neves asks, if play the remaining minutes, could I please start with Sarabia on the right mid and Di Maria right striker? Start attacking, please. Of course you can. So Di Maria will start as the right striker. Sarabia this time will play. Let's hope there's not a bloody duplicate of him. And we will get ourselves back into the match very quickly. 22 minutes, boys, is all that's left in this match, plus a bit of injury time, which will, for the case of time, we will... where are you getting 22? It's 12. My bad. 12 minutes then, plus added time. If both managers start going at each other, I'll fold the game and I'll bring Leipzig back and we'll have a Leipzig final. No, I'm only joking. So 12 minutes of time, plus I will add 3 minutes. So you've got 15 minutes basically. If I'm making the rules here, you've got 15 minutes. So Liverpool are going to go on defensive, and Nathan wants 5 minutes. You've got 3 minutes. And Liverpool will go defensive here. So without further ado, very best of luck. We'll get on with the rest of this first leg. Natty Phillips is back up top. And very best of luck here to both managers as we get ourselves back underway with the action. And you've got 15 minutes here to see maybe whether we can have some goals. For those of you wondering what the scoreline is, I will just very quickly put it up on the screen for you. 2-0 as it currently stands to Liverpool. And the question is, will we see any early goals, or is it going to end as a stalemate? FIFA trying to break the game. And well, it literally did, didn't it? It completely broke. I don't know what went on there. So, going to be Trent Alexander-Arnold coming forward here. Plays the ball to Mohamed Salah. If they can get a third goal, then, well, it's going to make the second leg really, really interesting. Here comes Natty Phillips, who's going to be flagged as offside. And we'll continue on with about 10 minutes left of this first leg. FIFA trying everything in its powers to make these semi-finals very controversial. And it has. Cheers, FIFA, you useless piece of crap. Definitely use PES next time. Here comes Fabinho, though. Going to play the ball to Roberto Firmino. Now into Henderson. Lofted towards Phillips. Doesn't get to him in the end. And we've got about 8 minutes left here. Lee Lafford says, make sure you put the colour of Sarabia in the article. I'm going to have to now, aren't I? Bizarre moment. I've never seen that. I don't know if that's a glitch in the kickoff board, but has anyone ever seen that before? Because that was confusing. Might be a chance, though. Ball played towards Salah. Good defending the end from PSG. And with 5 minutes left on the clock, they might have one more chance before the end of the first leg. Here is Bernat. Into Again. Now to Marquinhos. And the ball will be offered long. Neymar trying to get past his man, but Henderson gets the ball, and this will be the quickest game of football there has ever been, as Carl has put in the chat. Here is Trent. Into Firmino. 2 minutes left of this game. A goal here for Liverpool would be absolutely catastrophic to Paris Saint-Germain. Firmino. Now into Salah, who's coming forward. 1 minute left. Fabinho plays it into Phillips. 20 seconds left on the clock. And surely that will be that. And that is 15 minutes up. Liverpool will go into that second leg 2-0 up in the match. So without further ado, we will get on to that second leg of action. I am going to go as the PSG manager for a moment, just in case the PSG manager wants to make some changes. But Liverpool, the home side, with a 2-0 advantage in the game. What will PSG do here away from home? Because they're going to need 2 goals minimum without response from this Liverpool side. And I would assume Nathan Hale will make some changes. And hopefully both managers are happy with that, as we have played out the intended time left of the game. And we'll see what the PSG manager does here. And we were not going to go out of this competition with some controversy, were we? Of course, FIFA would bring some very interesting moments. Carl said it happened to me when I played FIFA 19 with a pal of mine. Very funny at the time, but also frustrating. And it'll be very frustrating for Nathan as well. And apologies about that. Blame FIFA. And he's going to start exactly where we were in that minigame. Perfect. So, Di Maria will go up top. And it will be Sarabia on the wings, as Will wants to go defensive. And just to make sure, we'll go into there. Yep, Di Maria right striker, and Sarabia my right mid. Thank you very much, Nathan. Apologies about that as well for both managers. I don't know what went on with the game there. It's very, very unfortunate. But hopefully now we can have a proper game where Sarabia isn't taken off the pitch. And, Sarabia is on the pitch and there's only one of them. As we get underway with the second leg of the semi-final. And it will be attacking for PSG, which, just to confirm, it is attacking. And we will put Sarabia there and Icardi on the right. And then we will also put Liverpool defensive as they try and hold on to their 2-0 lead. Remember, if they get one more goal in this game, then it's going to be 3 goals needed for PSG in the match. As I need to go to Liverpool and just make them defensive quickly. Could be an interesting final, this one. Bayern Munich. I'll put them attacking, my bad. 2 seconds. There we go, defensive. Who is going to be joining Bayern Munich in the final? It's been not short of controversy, this match so far. But at least now we can get underway with the rest of the action in this fixture between Liverpool and Paris Saint-Germain. And finally we can get underway, hopefully with no more dramatic moments and controversy. As Liverpool have a 2-0 lead. PSG need 2 without response. Could they provide a surprise comeback in this competition? And it'll be a shame for Nathan there, because his team didn't really do much in that first leg. But they've got to go for it now. Here is Sarabia, who's getting his first start in the tournament. Usually comes on as a sub and does quite well. Can he do it from the start? Here he is. Brilliant ball to Icardi. Neymar! It's in! And just like that, it only takes 5 minutes for PSG to get themselves back in the game. And it was that man, Sarabia, who played the ball into the path of, I think it was Icardi, who then lobbed it towards Neymar. And just like that, the Brazilian provides an instant goal for Paris Saint-Germain. And they're right back in this tie. We're on for a barnstormer of an 85-minute match. 2-1. PSG need 1 more for golden goal. 2 more to win the match. And that will certainly be a confidence booster for Nathan Hale. And kind of a little bit of a chance of redemption for the game. As Neymar bags another one in this competition. And he has certainly turned up in the latter stages. And what a start for Paris Saint-Germain, who needed it. Needed that early goal. And Liverpool will find themselves under some pressure now. They will definitely need a goal in this game as PSG get that all-important away goal to start off the match. So 2-1 on the night in the second semi-final. 1 goal needed for PSG for golden goal. 2 more to win the match. Should make for quite the interesting second leg overall. And well, it was Sarabia that time, and I guess he'll be glad that there wasn't 2 on the pitch, although maybe Nathan would want 2 on the pitch after that lovely ball. Here is Icardi. Plays it to Idrissa Gueye. Lofted long to Bernat, who is onside. And the ball very nearly came back to PSG there, but Joe Gomez, brilliant defending in the end. And Liverpool will look to see if they can get a goal of their own, which if they do, then PSG are going to need 2 goals in the game to go through. And that would rule out, I think, any chance of extra time or golden goal at the very least. Here is Bobby Firmino. Now into Fabinho. Lofts it to Sadio Mane on the left wing. What can he do here? Plays the ball to Henderson. And I think Neff will be very happy indeed, although he won't be happy that a free kick's been given here to Liverpool. He's quite far out to be hitting this, but 37 yards for Trent. She's going to dink the ball into the wall. And the referee will give a free kick again here in a much closer position for handball. So Trent Alexander-Arnold probably not afraid to hit this. It's actually going to be Robertson. He goes for it, lays it off for Mo Salah. Goes for the long range and a good save from Keylor Navas. And that's another big chance that goes wide of the mark for Liverpool. And that was a really good effort from Mo Salah from the edge of the box. He hit it low. It was rising. And Keylor Navas with a massive save to keep Liverpool out. And a corner. 17 minutes on the clock here. It's going to be Trent Alexander-Arnold who lays it off short to Mohamed Salah. Drives forward, dinks it towards Joe Gomez of all people. It's going to come out to Fabinho who takes the touch on the left wing. Now he is Natty Phillips. Plays it to Mane, who now plays it to Salah. Can't get a touch on the ball, and a moment of real nerves there for the Paris Saint-Germain manager Nathan Hale. Here's Joe Gomez. Plays it into Fabinho. What can the Brazilian do here? Now it's into Virgil van Dijk. Back to Van Dijk again. Some good football from Liverpool, who are trying to get that goal to kill the game off. Tried to feed it to Bobby Firmino, who's been detrimental to Liverpool's running this competition. But now there's a chance for PSG to come forward. Ball lofted towards Bernat, who keeps it in play. Really well worked here from the Spanish fullback, who's lofted it to Sarabia. Chance here for Sarabia. Tries to take on Robertson, but in the end it's one too many, and Robertson gets the ball back and will look to play it up the pitch. And in fact, will get himself a throw-in. So 25 minutes on the clock. These 2 semi-finals today have been very, very lively indeed. Not short of action, that's for sure. Here comes Bobby Firmino into Trent Alexander-Arnold. 2-1 currently as it stands in this game, and I think PSG will be quite happy with how they've played so far, getting that early goal. Here's Natty Phillips. Quality ball to Mane, who might be with this in towards Salah. Good header away. Here's Fabinho at the edge of the box, and he's going to move toward the left wing. Mane, back to Fabinho. One-touch football between the Brazilian and the Senegalese winger, who finds himself in a bit of an awkward spot. Plays it back to Fabinho. Now here's Firmino. Back to his Brazilian teammate Fabinho. Good play here from Liverpool, just holding the ball and taking their time. There's no one in the box for Mane, but he might go and whip it in, and he does. And Kimpembe this time will hoof the ball away. And he does very well indeed, because it now might lead to a counter-attack here for PSG. Look at the space for Sarabia to run into. It's going to be Bobby Firmino who has to come back and defend. But Sarabia still got time. Cuts into the middle of the pitch. Still going Sarabia. Waiting for somebody to come forward and help him. And incredible defending from Bobby Firmino in the end, who comes all the way back. As Lee Laffin says he's got to go. See you tonight at the final, my friend. And he's put very best of luck to Nathan to try and get back into this match. And Will Pete so far will be very happy with how his team have organised themselves. Friends becoming 4 here for the last 65 minutes on the clock. Here's Di Maria into Idrissa Gueye. Still moving forward, Idrissa Gueye here. Some good work from him. Now it's Neymar. Plays it into Idrissa Gueye. Here's Icardi on the left wing. Needs to be a good ball. Bernat goes for the shot. And eventually cleared away by Liverpool. And you could say maybe Liverpool there, very, very close to having an equaliser from Paris Saint-Germain. They've had a very, very good first 40 minutes, the French side. Really need a second goal as Liverpool look to come forward themselves here. They've had some good chances in the match, the Premier League side. Here's Jordan Henderson, who's going to look to drive forward. Now into Mohamed Salah, but the Egyptian is flagged as offside. And Nathan Hale here will probably be looking to maybe make a few changes in the second half. A big, big goal indeed. Early on from Neymar. Here is Sarabia. Now into Neymar, the goal scorer. Tries to feed the ball to Di Maria, who just doesn't get a touch in the end. And I think we'll be going in at half-time here at 1-0 to PSG in the second leg, 2-1 on aggregate. And it will not be enough for PSG. They need one more for golden goal without response from Liverpool. Here's Firmino, who's been brilliant at defending so far. Lofted to Jordan Henderson. Now into Salah. What can the Egyptian do here? Plays it to Trent. Still going, Trent. Still going. And he'll look to just, I think, kill off the first half here. Trent. Lots of space. And still going. The referee will allow the play to continue. Here's Salah. Back to Trent on the wing. We're now into 3 minutes of additional time. And, well, the referee is going to end play there. And it's the end of the first half of action. And after what was quite a dramatic first few minutes, it's Neymar who has got PSG right back into this fixture. And with 45 minutes left of the clock, all PSG need is 1 to take this to golden goal. 2 to win the match. But they need no response from Liverpool, who themselves might be thinking they need another goal in this game, depending on what happens. But I will wait a moment, because I think maybe Nathan will look to change some of his tactics up. I wonder if he will do indeed. So we will give the two managers a brief moment to think about any tactical changes that they're going to make in this game. But overall, I think if you are Nathan Hale, you'll be absolutely buzzing in this game, as he has said thank you, Lee, of course, Nathan there. As Will is very frustrated with the fact that they're not crossing the ball, which is something that, well, this game really needs to sort out. At least on PES, they bloody cross it. So let's just see what happens here with the two managers. Because what we will be doing at the end of this match is we will quickly draw out the home teams and who's going to play away for the final. And Origi is going to come on for Nat Phillips here. So Liverpool going to make a change up top. And then Nathan Hale says, can he go ultra-attacking, please? Of course you can, my friend. I will get you that sorted out very, very shortly indeed. So Natty Phillips coming off. Divock Origi is going to come on. That will be the change that's made for Liverpool there. As for PSG, no changes made, which I think is completely understandable because they've played very, very well so far. But just ultra-attacking for a little bit more of a sense of urgency, which is very understandable here in this match. So change is going to be made. And we'll just put Di Maria back to the right striker position, which we will just do now. There we go. That sorts that out. And we will be doing the third place playoff before the final, yes. So we've got the third place playoff coming first. And then we'll have the final at 7 o'clock tonight. Well, sorry, the final won't be at 7, but the action starts from 7. It'll probably be around about 7:45, I think, when the final will take place. So we get back underway with the action here. 45 minutes is all that separates Liverpool from the Champions League final and PSG from the third place playoff. Will that be the situation come the end of the match, as PSG have gone ultra-attacking and Liverpool have brought on Divock Origi, who was the hero in the last match, with a sumptuous finish to put the Premier League side into the lead on aggregate. And all PSG will be praying for here is a very quick second half goal, as Keylor Navas, I don't know what he's doing here, just hoops the ball out of play after being put under some pressure, and he's not been good at all for the fact that there's been a few little opportunities where they've played around from the back and they've actually given the ball away. There's a chance here for Mane. Brilliant defending from Kimpembe, who surely makes up for the mistake in that first leg, keeping Mane out. As Rory Fisher said, thought the third place playoff was the big one. It will be the big one for yourself. Maybe to win some cash. We'll have to find out whether you who you're going to be up against very soon, though. But here is Trent Alexander-Arnold into Firmino. Plays it to Fabinho. Some good work here from Liverpool in the early sectors of the match. But Rory Fisher, as I said, will be certainly surprised, or very nervous, more than surprised at who he faces in the next round, I think. He's going to have a tough fixture either way. Here's Origi. Lobbed ball towards Mane on the wing. Could be a chance here for Liverpool to kill the game off. Here's Mane. Still going. Corner for Liverpool. And a chance from a set piece to really put PSG under some pressure. Ball lobbed into the box. Comes towards Van Dijk. Headed away. And a chance here for Robertson maybe to whip this into the box. Here's Robertson. Puts a ball into the box towards Mohamed Salah. Good defending in the end by PSG, who get the ball away, and they really do need to pull players up the pitch, as there's going to be another substitution, I think, in the match. I'm going to just pause it here very quickly. It's not going to be a change for Liverpool. It is actually, sorry. Thiago comes on for Fabinho with half an hour left on the clock. How are the nerves of the PSG manager? And most of all, how are the nerves of the Liverpool manager, Will Peat? Because he knows as time ticks on, he's getting closer. And there might be a chance here for Firmino. Takes a touch. Roberto Firmino. Good save from Keylor Navas. And that is a match-defining save from the Costa Rican. And he might have just kept his side in with a chance of making the final. As Winvow's in the building. Hope you're good, buddy. And we've what? About half an hour, left on the clock. And Liverpool still in the game. Lobbed ball into the box. Comes towards Mane. Headed away. Henderson gets a slight touch, which brings it towards Gomez. Here is Andy Robertson. Needs to put another good cross into the box, which he might do in a moment. Or he'll just dance around. And he eventually will get a throw-in. Much better here from Liverpool. 27 minutes remaining. Here's Firmino right at the edge of the box. Firmino might go all the way if he wants, and it will go out of play for another goal kick. Good to hear that Winvow's doing well today. Kimpembe, error again. He's not had a good 2 legs, has he, if we're being honest. He's had 1 or 2 clearances away, but he does keep giving the ball away as PSG look to play it around the back again. Here is Keylor Navas. Puts himself under some pressure again, and all he can do is boot the ball out of play. It's poor here from PSG, from playing out from the back, and time again they're having to boot the ball out of play. Here comes Mohamed Salah. Lots of space to drive into on the right, which he will do. Plays the ball to Firmino. Dink to Mane on the left wing. 20 minutes, or just above 20 minutes. Liverpool are desperately trying to get that third goal on aggregate and kill the game off. As the ball comes to Keylor Navas. He's under pressure again, and he has to just hoof the ball away. And I tell you what, it's poor here from PSG. Finding themselves in all sorts of tricky situations, and they just can't seem to get the ball. Here's Shaqiri. Going to get a throw in here. And if you're Nathan, you'll be frustrated at the amount of opportunities where you need to get the ball up the pitch, and they're too busy passing it around the back, as there is going to be a change here. And Julian Draxler will come on for Idrissa Gana Gueye. Let's pray to the gods that there won't be 2 Draxlers on the pitch here. As Moise Kean will be coming on as well for someone. So there's 2 changes. So Draxler comes on. Moise Kean as well. So 2 changes. And a bit more pace up top for this PSG side, which they desperately need. With 20 minutes left. But will they be going in with a chance, or will Liverpool kill the tie off here? Shaqiri, maybe a chance to loft it in. Good defending by Marquinhos, who needs to get a header on the ball here. And in fact does even better and gets the ball back. And now Moise Kean plays the ball to Neymar. Now there's some pace, and look at the opportunity for Neymar to drive forward here. The Brazilian still going. He's got numbers in the box. Really needs to put a good cross in if he's going to put it in. Here's Neymar, still going, and takes 1 too many touches. It's poor from the Brazilian, and there'll be another change here as Wijnaldum will come on for Firmino, please. And we've what? About, how many minutes left of the match? About 15. There will be that change for Liverpool, as Will P asked in the chat. And in fact, he won't be able to make any more changes here, because all 3 changes have been made. So you're going to have to stick with what you've got, sadly, Will, because of the AI. I will see at some point if I can find out how to turn that off, because it's bloody frustrating. So Liverpool having to stick with what they've got with 15 minutes left on the clock. Here's Shaqiri driving down the right-hand side. Can he do what Neymar couldn't and put a good ball into the box, or maybe even get Liverpool that all-decisive goal? Ball lofted into the box. Tries to get it towards Salah, and it's cleared away. But with 15 minutes left on the clock now, PSG have got to give everything. Here's Moise Kean. Into Verratti. Back to his Italian teammate Moise Kean again, who might look to drive forward. And he's got some space, but he's been out-muscled. And it will be a free kick to PSG here, with 12 minutes on the clock. Remember, 1 goal will take this game to extra, into golden goal even. And with 12 minutes left on the clock, Neymar has got to either deliver an incredible free kick, or he's got to put this in the back of the net. I mean, this would be some goal and a half. This would be quite the finish. And a big moment indeed, as PSG will make the change. And as we said, Draxler will come on now for Idrissa Gueye. So 38 yards out, Neymar with a free kick. He's got to put the ball of his life in. Lobbed into the box towards Di Maria, and it's cleared away in a moment of nerves there for Liverpool's defence, who very nearly found themselves at the end of a equalising goal on aggregate. And now they'll look to come forward. 10 minutes of the match left here. It's Liverpool 0, PSG 1 in the second leg, but 2-1 on aggregate to the Premier League side as Thiago drives forward. Here is Divock Origi, now into Thiago. Here's Van Dijk, could hoof it long, which he does. Into Mohamed Salah, Firmino, back to Salah. Here's Henderson, maybe another late winner in this competition. Henderson, at the edge of the box. Got nobody to really play it into. Shaqiri would be flagged offside. He's still got the ball now, Henderson, and Liverpool just looking to waste some time here in the match, as you would expect. I've been told by the Liverpool manager to also go ultra defensive, please, and you can see how absolutely knackered his players are in this match. They are drained in this game as we go back into the final few minutes of this match, and it's still on a knife's edge. PSG only need one, as Henderson will just look to hold the ball now at the corner flag, and this is some good time wasting from Liverpool. We've not seen it often in the tournament, but they're doing immaculately well with Henderson. And there will be a change here for PSG, as Neymar will come off and Rafinha comes on for the last 3 minutes, and the Brazilian will need to do something special if Liverpool continue to hold the ball. But good defending from Bernat, who needs to get the ball up the pitch. What's he doing here? Bernat really needs to get it up the pitch. Plays it to Keylor Navas, who dinks it up the field. And now PSG might have a chance to come forward. Here is Moise Kean. He's got nobody near him. And PSG, with 2 minutes of additional time, might have a chance to come forward. Here comes Di Maria. Might be a chance. Really needs to get a good ball and push the numbers up the pitch. Di Maria, what will he do here? Dinks it long into Moise Kean. Ball into the box. It's cleared away by Liverpool. And now there might be a chance here for the counter-attack. And look at Divock Origi, who's making the run. Shaqiri will look to move towards the corner flag. Referee plays on, and that is that. Liverpool are in the Champions League final, and they will be playing Bayern Munich. And after controversy, dramatic moments, and a little bit of everything, it is Will Pete who makes the Champions League final. And PSG, well, they tried their hardest to get back into this match, and it was an early goal from Neymar who gave the side belief that they could make the final. But in the end, it was too little, too late, and it will be Liverpool who will face off against Bayern Munich in the final, which will be taking place later on this evening. And the third players' playoff will see Leipzig against Paris Saint-Germain. So, well done to both managers, Will there and Nathan. Well done to Will, of course, making the final. Nathan, unfortunate, but you are still in with a shout of getting some cash. So without further ado, I'm going to take a quick moment's break. We will do the draw for who's going to be the home side in the third place playoff, and we'll also do the draw for the home side in the final. So we'll be back in a few moments, and then we'll do that draw for the home team, and we'll do the draw for the away side, and then that will be the action for this afternoon sorted. Let's get that draw underway in just 2 moments. And so that is pretty much all the games done and dusted in terms of the semi-finals, in terms of the scores of the matches for those of you that maybe have just joined and you missed out on the semi-finals. Brilliant games overall. Bayern Munich with a 3-2 win over RB Leipzig. That was a last-minute winning goal from Leon Goretzka to take the German champions through to the Champions League final. And of course, you saw a moment ago, Liverpool with a 2-1 tight win over Nathan Hale's PSG. But of course, with every final, you need to determine who the home team and who the away team is going to be. Of course, it will be in the neutral stadium. So without further ado, let's get on with the final draw that we have to do with this competition. Very best of luck to both managers in terms of who's facing off against who. But we'll start off, of course, with the third placed playoff. That is going to be PSG and RB Leipzig. And the home team for this specific tie is going to be RB Leipzig. So RB Leipzig will be the home side. And as you would expect with the third place playoff, it will be PSG as the away team. So very best of luck to both managers. Of course, you already knew who was going to be facing who. But that will be RB Leipzig versus PSG. That is a one-legged match, by the way. Both the third place playoff and the final will be one-legged games, so not two legs this time. And then, of course, we've got to determine who is the home team in the final. It's either Liverpool or Bayern Munich, Dylan Cleary against William P. And the home team for the final in a neutral venue will be Liverpool. So Liverpool will be the home team as Liverpool face off against Bayern Munich in the final. Once again, for those of you that are wondering, the games will be played tonight from 7 p.m. UK time. First match to be played is the third place playoff, and the second match, of course, will be the final, which will be around about, I would say, about 8 o'clock tonight. Third place playoff beginning around about 7:10. So that is it in terms of your action for this afternoon. It was brilliant to see 4 quite dramatic Champions League semi-finals, but we have our final 2. Liverpool against Bayern Munich. Who are you backing to win the competition? And of course, Leipzig against PSG. One of those is not going to win some cash, but Dylan Cleary and Will, you're guaranteed some money. The question is who's going to come out with a jackpot prize. We'll be live again later tonight from 7 p.m. UK time. You do not want to miss it. The Champions League Sim Tournament final is coming up at 7 p.m. But as for now, have a fantastic morning, afternoon, or evening wherever you are, and we will see you again in about 5 hours' time. See you later.